Backpacking through Southeast Asia is an experience that I highly recommend to everyone. The people are amazing, the food is incredible, and the prices are dirt cheap. But there are some places in the region that you should avoid if you want to stay safe. So here are the top 5 places you should never go backpacking alone. Number 1. Koh Rong, Cambodia. This island has become a bit of a party hotspot in recent years, with a reputation for having some of the best beaches and parties in all of Southeast Asia. And while it is a beautiful island and I do recommend visiting, it's probably a place that you should avoid going alone. A friend of mine actually ended up getting robbed at knife point on this island. Thankfully he was okay, but he did lose all of his stuff. The reason that I think this place can be dangerous is because of the amount of drugs being done here. It is pretty open and out in the open, and when people are high they do crazy things, and sometimes that includes robbing or harming others. Not only that, but a few months ago, a girl was actually murdered on the island. Even though these things didn't happen to my friend, I still think it is a place that you should avoid backpacking alone, simply because there are so many other islands in the area that are just as beautiful but don't have the same reputation for being a little too sketchy. One of my favorite islands in Cambodia is Koh Ta Kiev. It's just a short boat ride away from Koh Rong and it's absolutely beautiful. There are hardly any tourists and it is just a really relaxing place to get away from it all. No. To Flores, Indonesia. This is another place that has become a bit of a party hotspot in recent years, but I think it's a little more under the radar than Koh Rong. It's an island that's known for its beautiful beaches, friendly locals, and laid-back atmosphere. However, there have been a number of incidents of tourists being robbed, assaulted, and even murdered on the island in recent years. Most of these crimes have been committed by local drug dealers who are targeting tourists who are high or drunk. Again, I don't want to paint the entire island as being dangerous because it's really not. There are certain areas that you should just avoid, especially if you're alone and especially at night. One of my biggest tips for staying safe in Flores is to avoid walking alone at night. If you're staying in a hostel, you should definitely check out their nightly walking tour. This way you'll be able to see the island at night and get a feel for the different areas. And you'll also be with a group of people, so you'll be much safer. Another thing to keep in mind is that you should never accept any drinks from strangers. This is another common drug dealing tactic that's used in Flores and other parts of Indonesia. The last thing you want to do is get your drink spiked and then be taken advantage of. If you do decide to go to Flores, I highly recommend staying in a hostel. Not only will you be with other people so you'll be safer, but you'll also be able to meet other travelers and get recommendations on where to go and what to do. Number 3. Bac Ha, Vietnam. This is a town that is located in the mountains of northern Vietnam, and it is known for its stunning scenery and laid-back atmosphere. However, there have been a number of reports of tourists being scammed and robbed in the town. The most common scam that tourists fall for is the fake ticket scam. This is when a tourist buys a ticket to one of the many attractions in the area, only to find out that the ticket is fake and they may not actually able to go. Once this happens, the tourist is usually very upset and they'll end up paying double for the ticket, or just giving up and not going to the attraction at all. This scam is run by organized gangs who target tourists. They know that tourists are usually carrying large amounts of cash, and they are willing to take advantage of them in order to steal their money. Number 4. Pai, Thailand. This is a small town that is located in the mountains of northern Thailand, and it is known for its beautiful temples and relaxed atmosphere. However, there have been a number of incidents of tourists being scammed and robbed in the town. Most recently, a group of tourists were hired a taxi from Chiang Mai to Pai, and they were robbed at gunpoint. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but they did lose all of their belongings. This is just one example of the many scams and robberies that have been happening in Pai. The best way to avoid these scams is to be aware of your surroundings and don't trust anyone who tries to help you out. Many of the scams in Pai are carried out by locals who pose as friendly locals who want to help tourists. They'll offer to show you around the city or help you book a tour, but in reality they're just trying to steal your money. Number 5. Kuta, Bali. This is a beachside town that is located on the southern coast of Bali, and it is known for its beautiful beaches and vibrant nightlife. However, there have been a number of incidents of tourists being robbed and assaulted in the town. Most recently, a tourist was robbed at gunpoint while walking along the beach. This is just one example of the many robberies that have been happening in Kuta. In order to avoid being robbed in Kuta, you should avoid walking alone at night and never carry large amounts of cash. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever been to any of these places and if you think they are actually dangerous, or if I am just making a big deal out of nothing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Make sure to subscribe for more epic stories and check out my podcast. Thanks, bye.